don't know. Will it get in the way of maneuvers, do you think? Is it practical?
Hey, if I looked that good with it, I wouldn't mind.
That's a good point. Straight behind their beloved Kanji here. But let's see if they can show some respect to Myla Grace too. She's just come off a 7-month run in Marigold in Japan.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Familiar, incredibly familiar to big match situations is Myla Grace. Of course, her attack debut today against one of Attack's most beloved competitors in Kanji.
This is a tough position for her, actually, isn't it? You know, trying to get the audience on her side when they love Kanji so much.
It's an incredibly tough position. You're always in a tough position debuting anywhere new, but against somebody so beloved as Kanji is. But like we said, just fresh off a 7-month tour of Marigold in Japan. Of course, previously also worked for the WWE as Myla Grace.
Of course.
She knows big matches are her second home.
Oh, yeah.
And we're about to see exactly why in this match against Kanji today.
I think one of her last shows before she came to us here in Attack was wrestling Kurikan Hall with Pro Wrestling Noah. From Kurikan Hall to another legendary hall, the Bingo Hall.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I'd rather be in the Bingo Hall.
Do you think they do bingo at Kurikan Hall?
It's a missed opportunity if they don't.
It absolutely is.
Do you think they do a raffle there?
Oh, surely.
I'd love to see a Pro Wrestling Noah raffle. Let's get back to it.
Kanji almost fell into commentator's curse there. Kanji was firmly in control until Myla Grace able to reverse the wrist lock here. A bit of a stalemate to start off with.
Quite even competitors, you know, the same sort of size, same sort of height.
Absolutely, yeah, of course. We've seen Kanji in many situations where she's the smaller competitor. Of course, last year came within an inch of becoming Attack heavyweight champion against Eddie Dennis, somebody of a much taller stature than her. She is familiar with every type of opponent. So, if anything, she's going to be even more prepared today with someone, like you said, the same stature, the same style in Myla Grace.
And let's be honest, at that tag team extravaganza, when she took on Eddie Dennis, she won.
Yes,
some would argue.
She did.
Perhaps fair and square, but nothing to prove. Classic nefarious tactics. Somehow he wormed his way back into being the Attack champion.
Every trick in the book from Eddie Dennis, but none of that tonight for Kanji. Leapfrog, beautiful.
Oh,
here we are looking.
Kanji just getting to the ropes there.
Rings of Saturn incredibly early on.
It's hard now because
I don't think I'd take advice from this one fan.
Did you hear him then?
Yes.
Yeah. What was he suggesting? Forearms? Is that what he was suggesting? Oh no, she's doing it.
Beautiful kick combination here.
Trips up Kanji.
Sends Kanji down.
Oh.
Low drop kick. Kanji's head ricocheting off the canvas there.
And back to a conversation earlier, part of her outfit has come off. Myla Grace, something just fell off her outfit. Is it practical? We had to find out. No, I think. Laying in
those forearms in the corner. Kanji all out of sorts, especially since, like I said, her head ricocheting off the canvas.
Sickening thud from that forearm then. Myla is appealing. Do they like her? I don't know. They love Kanji so much.
Absolutely. And like we said, her first competition here in the UK since her tour of Japan is going to be used to and is going to initiate a very different style here than what we're used to, of course, honing her craft over in Japan.
Myla kicking out just before the two there.
Here we
Kanji.
go. Kanji could be looking calf crusher here.
Oh.
Yes, she is. There it is.
Locked in. Myla's just got her hands on the ropes.
Very small, almost a mirror image of earlier on. Of course, we saw Myla Grace attempt that Rings of Saturn, had it on for maybe a split second.
Both these competitors really going for submissions early on.
Yes, and that's something you'll see a lot from Kanji, a prime technician in the ring. And like we said, very similarly matched opponent in Myla Grace.
I think so. They're both looking for the leg, looking for the arms, trying to see what sort of leverage, what advantage they can get over their opponent. But it's almost stalemated at the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely. Whoa, could be looking.
That could be the difference maker here. Bashing KANJI the turnbuckle then.
There we go. Potential. Oh.
Tombstone position. KANJI.
Clicking the heels together.
Headstand.
And the neck twist. KANJI Sabre Jr. strikes.
Once again. Oh. This could be the difference maker.
100% incredibly unique reversal from KANJI there. Clicking the heels behind the head, knocking off Myla Grace's equilibrium before 2 neck twists in a row.
Myla Grace, that's the longest she's taken to get back up off the mat. She's in a bad way here, perhaps. Oh. The forearm preceded by the shriek by KANJI.
Absolutely, we said the stiff thuds of the forearms from Myla Grace earlier. KANJI will give it right back. Looking for a clothesline. Catches it. STO into the head kick.
Myla is rocked, and now's the time to go for a pin.
Deep cover from KANJI.
And the kick out of 2.
This, ever since those stalemates at the start, this has really been KANJI's match so far as we get into the thick of it here.
I think so.
To end our first half at hoodie weather 2.
Well, what a way to finish our first half.
Oh, absolutely. And what we have to come, of course. Emerson J&J Joshua, the Tag Team Championships and the Attack Heavyweight Championship all still to come.
Nino versus Wild Boar, that's a test for Nino.
It certainly is.
He's put away one Attack legend. Let's see if he can do another.
A card of this caliber proves you can never miss a minute of Attack Pro Wrestling.
Absolutely. I've been talking to some before the show. I heard some people refer to this as a Brit Rest dream match.
Absolutely.
In some ways.
Of course, KANJI, one of the most prolific wrestlers over here in the UK. And Myla Grace, as we said, honing her craft in Japan, elsewhere through Europe.
It's interesting to see what she's brought back with her from Japan, whether that's changed.
Of course, I definitely think we've already seen that influence so far in this match, and we may see it even more as the match goes on. But like I said earlier, this has been firmly KANJI's contest.
KANJI keeping control again now.
Since the beginning there, full Nelson locked in.
Back to that full Nelson, not giving her an inch here.
Working on that neck we saw.
Myla looks like a rag doll.
Working on that neck we saw get snapped back with that STO side kick combination earlier on.
Myla powering up
Myla using a power there. Front leg sweep, looking for the rings of Saturn again.
KANJI instinctively just trying to get to the corner, to the ropes.
Much further in the middle of the ring now. This is a much better scenario for Myla Grace to be in than she was in earlier. Oh, beautiful reversal. KANJI able to roll out of it there. Be Northern Lights.
Beautiful bridge there for the pin, but not enough to put away Myla Grace.
Because KANJI favouring the neck there. We saw that worked on earlier in the match. You see Myla Grace, she's favouring the leg.
We saw that calf crusher earlier.
Yeah, that could be a bright red target now for KANJI.
It's just wearing your opponent down. It's all about attrition, right?
Absolutely.
Finding their weaknesses, take them off their feet. Myla's gone for the neck, KANJI going for the leg. What's going to give out first?
And you see, we mentioned earlier on, it would be hard for Myla Grace to gain the favour of the fans here, but we are 50-50 at Kate's Community Centre right now. Fake out, beautiful
brilliant.
Lariat. Flips KANJI inside out. This is the opening that Myla Grace needs. Huge European uppercut, sweeps the leg.
Oh,
heavy knee to the side of the head there.
Myla's on the outside now. What's she going to do? And the crowd are behind her now. I mean, they
certainly are, absolutely. Myla Grace so powerful with the running knee there that she sent herself outside of the ring. Final cut.
Beautiful.
Center of the ring. And another kick out. Wow.
This is great to see, isn't it, that Myla's come here, maybe not known by everyone here. You know, the real heads will know who she is.
Absolutely.
But she's coming here. She is turning their heads into being supporters of her. You know, this is it, isn't it? You come, you show your wares.
Absolutely, it's what you love to see.
KANJI getting those knees to Myla's head. She wants to be out of this position desperately.
Looking for Third time.
Well, Myla rolled out.
Myla just able to roll out here. Saito suplex.
Myla straight back on Kanji.
Very smart here. Even little things, pressing the hand down on the shoulder, rolls straight into the rings of Saturn.
This is the third time we've seen that rings of Saturn. And Kanji this time is trying desperately to get forward.
We say Myla Grace is in that favor, but right now we're in the thick of it. The crowd do not want Kanji to tap. She just makes it to the bottom rope.
And Kanji wants to win this to show 2025 she's still in the mix.
Absolutely.
She's definitely a world title contender.
100%, as is Myla Grace. This match, a win here could be huge for the attack future of Myla Grace. You never know, you may be seeing her in the main event, taking on, of course, either Wild Ball or Nino Bryant later on in the year.
Absolutely, I can see it. And maybe the attack faithful can see it now too.
100%. Goodness me.
Super kick as she drops down to the floor. That's
Grace,
much power was behind
Myla
that.
Grace is putting so much power, so much effort into everything she's doing.
She's got the double underhook here, but Kanji's just got her legs under the ropes. Super kick for Kanji too.
Vicious super kick.
They both spent here.
Almost sends Myla Grace back into the ring. Kanji back on solid ground now. Here we go.
European and Myla is wrapped up in those ropes.
Vintage Kanji combination here, looking for that huge chop.
And Myla couldn't escape then.
That is going to take your breath away. I'm sure all of our viewers can relate to being winded. This is exactly the feeling that Myla Grace is going through right now.
I've been winded, but I've never taken a chop from Kanji. I'd rather be winded.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and those kicks at the back of Myla Grace.
Again, this is just vintage Kanji offense that the attack faithful are very familiar with. Powering down there.
I think the biggest asset of Kanji, she never lets up.
She certainly doesn't.
She doesn't give you a moment, and that's why when she's against opponents who are much bigger than her, she gets the advantage. Because she doesn't give them a chance to regain their breath, find the composure again.
Kanji knows full well that a bigger opponent may underestimate her, but she has every trick up her sleeve to prove exactly why they're in the wrong for doing that. And it's matches like we said with Eddie Dennis. Last year, 24/7 title with Josh Holley. Kanji knows every scenario, every situation, and she thrives in it.
Absolutely.
Here we go, Myla Grace now.
Using the ropes to her
Fake out
advantage
there, beautiful roll through, looking for the rings of
Saturn
Saturn again. Firmly locked in now, middle of the ring.
You'll have to think if Kanji hadn't found the ropes those few times, this would have been it.
100%, Kanji trying everything she can.
Kanji's not moving here. She's not getting that.
Because, of course, we saw earlier on calf crusher attempted by Kanji. That's the only attempt she's been able to get in this match. Roll through.
That's
Kanji
desperately what Kanji needed.
Oh, kicking out the leg there.
And here we go. She's going for that calf crusher once more.
Calf crusher is
locks
locked
it
in.
Myla Grace is trying to get her elbows around and maybe get
biting her hands
out
to prevent herself from tapping here.
Twisting
the calf crusher, oh my goodness, into a pinfall, almost rolling through there.
Myla's screaming
now this,
in pain.
my friends, being in any submission hold isn't pleasant, but the calf crusher has to be one of the most painful, the most grating moves.
Absolutely.
You will be feeling that for weeks. And Myla Grace was in that hole for a good 20, 30 seconds.
We'll see how much of a difference that makes now when she gets back to her feet. When she tries to compose herself, she might not be able to.
Of course.
She's running with it.
This is absolutely prime real estate for Myla Grace to just gain back as much composure as she possibly can.
Of course.
Kanji not only taking out Myla Grace, but herself on that brutal clothesline.
We see Myla is clutching her leg once more. Maybe she's not able to get back up again. We have referee Stewart counting.
Absolutely, although that isn't a victory that Kanji would want to take. She wants to prove that she is the best, and a count-out victory like that would not be the way to do it for her.
Kanji is not after cheap victories at all, is she? She wants to prove decisively what she is, who she's all about when she gets that victory. In the middle of the ring, pin, submission, that's the way she wants.
Spinning kick there, pump kick. These strikes just as vicious, just as aggressive as minute 1 into this match.
We haven't actually really seen Myla back on her feet properly. Oh, horrible forearm to the back of the neck there.
To the back of the head again. Another Kanji special here. And another for good measure.
Another one of these and Myla could be out. That could be it.
Myla could be out now. I feel like one of these and you're seeing stars. And
3.
a third.
I think Kanji would take a knockout victory.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong there.
Yeah.
It very much seems like she's trying for a knockout victory. Rolling through, calf crusher.
This is it. Can she lock it in fully?
Center of the ring for Myla Grace.
Myla's trying
her
to crawl.
Absolute hardest.
Kanji just lean in further back.
Rolling through, wow. Excellent there, inverted position into a spinning flatliner.
Can Myla take advantage here?
Cover here.
And there we go, Myla's worn down with a better pin than that. That could have been it.
I've got to say, a cocky cover from Myla Grace could have been her undoing there.
A better pin would have seen that away, maybe cook that leg fully.
Go! Leg trap Michinoku driver. Another cover and another kick out from Kanji.
Just about from Kanji.
Although a deeper pin there, legs over the shoulders, legs well above the head. That's going to make it harder for Kanji to kick out, but she still managed it.
That Michinoku driver sets her perfectly for pulling those legs back in. Kicking out of that's got to be a next level thing to find within yourself, right?
Absolutely risky business here for Myla Grace, especially with that bad leg. Heading up top, spin. Oh, goodness me.
Kanji shoves her out the way, rolls her
Twisting roll through here.
That's not what Myla Grace needs to be doing.
2 or 3 rotations in the ring there from Myla Grace.
There's the back elbow from Kanji.
There's the back elbow, and that is all she wrote for Myla Grace.
What a brilliant attack debut from Myla Grace.